Hello and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel. We join in progress a BEL'VETH delayed level 1 invade with Conqueror plus Q. Very few champions can deal with that. Ghosted after using an ability passive as well as the gap close mobility of the Q plus the damage plus the Conqueror stacking. And of course, Demax, the rank 1 EU West BEL'VETH player, loves doing this more than anything, and Meteos even tweeted that he would love something to be done about these delayed level 1 invades, but it's becoming quite the meta. And obviously, silver, gold, platinum players, you all know that this happens in your games, right? You know there's going to be delayed level 1 invades, you ward, you try and play them out, you die, you have to swap sides. It's a bit annoying, but it's also a very good idea on champions like Rengar's, like BEL'VETH. Rengar's always done this, right? Because it allows you to bring your mid game to the early game and your late game to the mid game, and very few people can deal with you when you do that. At the same time, we don't have time to reset here. We got a lot of golden pocket. The snowball isn't yet realized, and we will slow down our initial clear tempo. That's fine. We can just go Q into our Raptors. We can go E second, and we can start and smite our Krug camp. And then obviously we know that we're now warded up here, and the Echo is going to start top side. Most likely come down to the bottom side, but with the counter jungling 20% damage reduction to enemy camps nerf inbound, this could change things. Because the Echo knows straight up that the BEL'VETH's going to fall back here, but will she do this and cut into this side and then reset and do Krug's red? Or will she stay here and wait for me to do this, which means I can just go here myself? The mind games are very important. Actually, did we see a flash there? Yes, we saw a flash there. He's calling that bluff, and I like that he makes it sooner rather than later. Do the red, head over to the blue, do the Gromp, watch the bottom lane game from the BEL'VETH. Have a scanner so you can scan your approach to make sure you're not seen. BEL'VETH probably knows this is going to go on, decides to go to the bottom lane. Nice wide angle of approach, Q into the W. Thank you so much. Free snack, free kill. Now the question mark for the BEL'VETH is he doing that or is he on the blue side now? Because if he's on the blue side, I would love to maybe, fight over the scuttle, use his prio, but you got a low HP Karthus. You got a low HP Nautilus. You almost got a dead Nautilus. There's too many question marks right now where the Echo is, and we haven't reset to spend our gold from the first blood that we did. So back to base, get the Uniloom Quiver, get the dagger. Now we of course see the gangplank up here. And so now the BEL'VETH will leave the base here. The Gather's like, if he vertical jungle, this crab should be available, but I want to gank the GP who moves down to ward. The Echo basically either is hiding in this area before he does this to collapse, or he's left it up intentionally, go back to base to basically delay the realization that all of this is gone for the BEL'VETH. I mean, it doesn't really play into anything, but she shows up here. She's like, aha, of course. Echo shows up here with W. The Yona's over the wall. We should know at this point, if we're the Echo, that the BEL'VETH's coming, but I think we're tunnel visioning just a little bit. A lot. I mean, we see this gank here. We see her full back here. We know she did 3 camps because she had 12 CS. We know she's going to reset and come to the top side, and she's not doing our blue side because we saw this. So why are we overcommitting in this situation? Just leave. Give this top scuttle up. Fall back down here. You've got this whole control. Sure, you're going to lose your Raptors and your Krugs, but you got the buff, you got the tempo, and obviously if you have laner prior, you could always just look to collapse and kill if she tries this. But BEL'VETH, good rotation, free cash money kill, counter jungles Raptors. Again, we don't care about the 20% damage reduction. Like, if you were playing jungling well, you didn't care about it. It impacted us and affected timers, but it didn't say to us, hey, stop counter jungling. And from there, we counter jungle and use it for great ganking advantage. I coach a lot about BEL'VETHs at the moment, and I've had 2 platinum ones just this week. And then the one yesterday, it was the same thing. He said, I struggle to get control in games. I said, okay, what's your early game plan? We talked about all the eventualities and the things we could try and what he likes to do. You know, do you like to late level 1 every game? Do you like to red side quadrant, Raptor start, red start? Do you like to kind of do the 3 campers or other variants? There's just so many cool things you can do with a champion. But the commonality between all of them, as we shadow through mid lane here because of the minion wave, is as follows. Soon as you get anything, as soon as you get an inch, you take a mile, right? As soon as you get a centimeter, you take a kilometer, if you prefer that one. The saying doesn't sound as cool, but it's definitely more accurate. So in this particular case, we take, oh, cool, angles of approach. BEL'VETH is so good with her mobility because of that passive here. I'll put it up while we watch this. You know, you get that attack speed, but you also become ghosted. So this allows us to gap close into ganks very, very efficiently. Now, I know people like the ghost, obviously, to use that, but I much prefer the Q flash W kind of combos that we can have. The Yona is going to either to avoid the fear or the taunt, as it were, but that means the chain CC is just doomed. Excellent patience here, right? Because we know these camps basically will respawn at a certain timer, but what the Echo's done very nicely. I think we just need to watch this as well in real time. Because what the Echo does is actually really smart, a good application of outside rule. He doesn't go straight for the scuttle because he knows the BEL'VETH took this and went top lane. He knows also that she started on the Raptors, red Krugs down, or at least did red Raptors Krugs. But in that case, for that delayed level 1, 99% she did Raptors red Krugs, which means they're definitely up on the map again. So I can outside in roll while she's topside. And if she's topside, what I can do is, as we see her crossing briefly, actually, it wasn't a perfect cross. We did see that microsecond of BEL'VETH showing. What we can do is we can say, yes, yes, fall back, take this. Now BEL'VETH will have to deeply commit to fight you on this. Really good counter jungling. And the Nautilus is moving up, saying again, the Scuttle Crab's available. Let me make this gank. And Echo's like, whew. Yes, I take the cams. And then I can fall back to the Scuttle Crab and fall back to my blue side. Now the BEL'VETH is like, well, I'm severely compromised, except at the same time, like, you're looking at it and she's down 2 camps, but it has 6 kills. And you can see here the Echo, again, we're just rewinding the situation, is going to leave the jungle, but keep it high and tight. Because if you know it's warded there, you see this? We don't see it because he sticks close to the wall. If this is warded further up, we would see it. But at this point in time, the BEL'VETH doesn't know that the camps were taken, right? She doesn't know it. So we move down to the bottom lane. We see the Echo ganking the bottom lane, killing our Karthus. So we obviously move on down. Now we're like, okay, look, 32 CS. He could have done his side. He could have done my side. You're not entirely sure. So she moves back into her Krugs. And now she's going to realize, that's what he did. That's well done. But again, I'm 601. He's 022. Which trade would you like to make? Basically, now we see this wave. We're like, well, I need some experience. Again, the nerve to experience soaking is going to be huge for these scenarios. So the counter jungling from the Echo, pristinely good for the future of the season and, you know, stereotypical jungling. There's no ways to fall for this, right? There's no ways you're going to get anything. So she's just really heavily investing in this scenario because there's nothing else to do. And that's why the Echo navigating that as well as he did is huge for his ability to stay in the game. But now the BEL'VETH has nothing, and now Yoda's moving down level 6. We're only level 4. We have to disengage QQ to create some space here. Really is not the best solution for us. We have here, what, 2,000 gold almost? We could base, right? But it's too soon to base. We don't want to base. Yeah, we just hit the ground in frustration. Now we're going to basically pass to the upside. We'll take the Wolf camp and the Grom camp. We see the GP move down, so we most likely know he warded. There you go. He's down and up. He obviously warded. We have here this rock in the bottom lane clearing this Vizion away. The Yone is level 6. GP, who's this? Gargoyle man. A Faker. Faker's level 5, unfortunately. And we do hit level 5. We are scanning away, but we don't really need to scan because we know it's warded. So in this particular situation, you should have 100%. Notice that GP moved down and up again. So I would at 99% assume that's warded by default. But this is great. We gap close. We go in here. We're going to absorb everything. We're going to burn the ultimate. We don't actually get our E off because that would have equaled doom and gloom. See, now we use our scanner. Because if you know it's warded and you can burn flashes and burn spells, do it, right? Even if you know it's warded, it doesn't matter. What this means is, obviously, is that when you finish with the gank, we can scan and clear it. So now it's gone. So we walk through the ward, we kill him, or burn flashes, burn sums, fall back down, clear it. We see the Echo down on the bottom lane there who dies. There's a potential for a free red buff invade here. There's a potential for a free red buff Raptor steal here. And in the next patch, when that 20% reduction is gone, that's when this becomes interesting, because we have that speed increase for counter jungling in these sneaky scenarios. You saw the red pings there from the enemy jungle thinking, she's on Herald, but we had 2k in pocket. We had 2k in pocket, so staying there, you look at the pings, He's going straight forward, like he's anticipating that she's on it right now. He wants to deny it. Oh, she's not on it. Because at level 5, BEL'VETH could still do this, but with that much in pocket, taking that long, risking a potential fight, yeah, it's not exactly what you want to do when Echo's going to come out of the base with an alternator plus a blasting one. Even though he's 032, he'd have the item advantage, and we're the same level. So what we do is we go down to our red, take some camps to get level 6, move on to the top side, anticipating this sort of action, realize, hey, everybody's there, but now Galio does have 6, in fact, he's 7. Camille's going to go in here and hit that E. She's going to then decide to do the Hextech ultimatum. The Echo's going to ult within and flash once it's finished and escape. Well done, sir. We do have the GP, though. He has no ult, no flash. So we're going to use this ability here that we have numbers now, plus summon a spell advantage to try and burst this out. Echo's a tough cookie, though, when it comes to E flashes and smites, but he has no flash, fortunately. Now, no R. Does he decide to coin from steal? I don't think he should. Because now she's going to get true form. Oh, watch the E. Oh, she went that direction. We hit the double W, which is beautiful. The Karthus ulting from the bottom lane. We're Eing through damage reduction, everything. Language is hard. So, we E to damage reduction, everything. The Karthus helps us get true form resets on our passive. Now, the question, my friends, is, did the Nautilus predict that flash like an absolute god, man? Or did he just hit it with the hitbox? That's the joke when it comes to Nautilus. But hey, that was nice. So, as always, we're basically tapping around itemization advantage, experience advantage, roam timer advantage, what numbers we have in the particular moment, what spells we burn. So like the fact that we burn the flash and the ultimate here from the gangplank gives us the ability to take this one here. And that's really, really good. But obviously, you know, in the next patch, your Graves is taking your whole red side. If you die here, you take Dragon, you die here, Graves taking everything. And you might try and come and take the Herald, but like, is he there? Is he not there? Is he waiting? You don't know anything. So it'll become quite difficult to play the game again. So hopefully Graves doesn't become meta, because that is always super boring. But back to base here, we get Kraken Slayer, we get a recurve bow, couple long swords, going to build into that Blade of the Ruined King. We have our Raptors up thusly, but we of course have now map mobility, so we can skimp on over to the bottom side. They're moving, so we're watching, right? They see this. So this back off here is interesting. Okay, did they back off? Did they ward? Of course they warded, right? But did they see me, or did they just move on to ward? So now we're kind of playing the game of what is noticed and what isn't noticed. And Nautilus goes up with big body language, hits the hook onto the Arcane Shift, does ult him, even though it's not entirely necessary. The BEL'VETH changes targets to go onto the Soraka, refreshes her true form. What was I about to say? Never do that, because you know you're gonna die and it's not worth it, right? You're gonna die anyway. But at this particular moment, we'll just say calculated. Intentional. Now we're repositioning again by going back to base, because we have the Herald thing, and repositioning for the rest of her team here, but the Yone does end up getting kills in the Karthus. We're long gone. I meant like, yeah, anyway, forget me. That was just, if there was ever a descendant of Harold Finehair, this is the player. This is the descendant of Harold Finehair, because that was some fine hair gaming. And of course, the Soraka is now moving. We have the Yone in the bottom lane. We have the Echo going back to this side, 0-4-2. We have Fishies, we have Heralds. Do we care about our team? No. So if you're 8-0-4, if you're 2-1-2, as long as you got the cash money gold in your bank and spent, you can do BEL'VETH things. Echo's obviously a little bit of an annoyance with his ult, and then Ezreal's a bit of an annoyance with his Arcane Shift. And all we're trying to do is activate the Fishies, get these plates down. See, now remember a time when this would just straight up kill the turret? Oh, that was a nice backwards Q. That was a lot of damage. We just want to make sure we get this. Nautilus has demolished for us. But again, we're always worried about the Echo collapse, because we saw him. We saw everybody else there. So we're just getting the plates. What are we at? 7,000 by 13 minutes. The best goal for, you know, Master Yi's and obviously BEL'VETH. I always say this in coaching as well. Scenarios always said like 9,000. We didn't say, but like his playstyle, I noticed, would always be like 9,000 by 14 minutes because of plates. A lot of plates and turrets in addition to the kills as well as the farm. So you're not always going to get there, but it's like a nice beacon, right? Can I get 9,000 gold by 14 minutes? If so, GG, like it's all over. But if you can get, you know, 7,000 by that stage, 7,500, 8,000, you're still in prime carry position, right? If you've got like 5,000, 4,000, then what are you doing? Something's wrong. It's good to look in your VOD review to see, because BEL'VETH, Yi, they're so good with gold. And if you can get gold, and obviously experience as well, but stacking, if you can get gold, you can carry the games. And obviously you want to be in true form as much as possible. So we're just baiting out the Arcane Shift here. Let's see. Well, wasn't a glorious moment for anybody, but it was a moment nonetheless. Echo shows up here again, being a little bit of a thief, isn't he? Just stealing little jungle camps away here. I love doing that as a jungler. Doesn't matter who you are, you try and take little camps quickly in losing situations. Like, oh, they're busy here, quickly steal this away. Oh, they're busy here, quickly steal this away. It's always really interesting. Now, the BEL'VETH decides to go top lane. Echo is able to kill the Camille with the gangplank. We have here the Gallia ulting in onto the Nautilus to give him a shield. We're going to go in here for an E plus a Q. And this is not quite enough. Do we have another one? What's our timer here? Ah, there we go. Nicely done. Good job, sir. We'll take that. Cool. And he just straight flashes. Yeah, what do you do when a Yone goes to you? It's just like a panic reaction. Just straight up flash. BEL'VETH is now deciding that her team is not worth it. They are not using L'Oreal, but then she decides, actually, you know, Gallia, if you had hair, I think you would use L'Oreal, so I'm going to rotate and help you. I'm going to kill the goat, and then I'm going to try and kill True Damage himself. He does get smoted, but he does have ult available, so we're going to try and use our kit appropriately. And Echo's like, I can save my ult, but I don't think you... Ooh. Okay, the chase down begins. Let's see what we can do here. Well, I give the Echo a 10 out of 10 for clenching. I give the Echo 10 out of 10 for clenching. Because he hasn't used his ult, he has flash up. And he just... Ooh, right, so they're contesting who's the Herald Finehair descendant here, because, ooh, that was... Like, I promise you, you're just like this. Your sphincter is knotted when the BEL'VETH is chasing you like that with true form. So, obviously, when you get a coral here, I know you want to extend your true form, but it's such a bait under the turret. A lot of times you will die. We can use the damage reduction, obviously, the 70%, but... You know what I mean? Like, hey, there's got to be fun as well. You got to try to take risks sometimes. It's fun to take risks and win games that way, but as always, pros and cons to these decisions, and the cons are usually not so good. But we have a huge lead here now, 8,400 cash money gold. Echo's 143, he's deciding to do this. He will ult and spot here, and we will just keep doing this, and we'll snack that away. He's doing that apparently without smite, which is weird. We'll get the true form reset, and we will kill him there. We'll get that true form reset. Gangplank's like, hey, can I contest this for some strange reason? Ezreal will slide ults for the cinematic. So you guys are wondering, hey, Virkayu, what elo does, what elo do people stop coin flipping Herald fights and dying unnecessarily? Pro play? Because even then they still do it. They stop everything just to go fight over and fist over a Herald. It's really funny. That's why I always tell you guys, the best thing you can do is to give up something to take 2 things later. Give up something now to get 4 things later. Like, that trade is always worth when you can invest in your own experience in Golden Fusion by letting them waste their time on an objective that takes a long, long time. And notable Rengar US God Rengar there. Notable US Rengar God Pussy Poo, he also said that a long time ago, like, if you want to take this, you know, like, I'll take everything else, it's fine. So there's a lot of coaches, a lot of jungle players at high elo basically will say, yes, Herald is worth, yes, Dragon is worth, but if you're not in high elo, then a lot of the times when they choose to do Heralds and Dragons, it's such a waste of time. You could do like 6 camp split, push, dive, counter jungle, and get way more gold back, because they're not going to use the Herald properly anyway. Now, obviously, if you can do all the correct things and get the Herald anyway, then yes, right, do it. But obviously, people waste their time a lot of the time taking it at inopportune moments, like the Echo, and then they die for it. But they still do it here, so hey, it is what it is. Well, from his perspective, this is technically low elo, but, you know, if we're not to be elitist, and we're here to be open to everybody, which, of course, I've always tried to be, we always make fun of everyone and ourselves, but in a healthy way. In a healthy way. So, rant aside, we cover the river, all right, as you do as a Ray Mantis. Go on down here, take the red, and we will reset on the red. Now, if you need the break-even point, then obviously it's fine to do this, especially if you want to swap sides. But if you have enough gold for your itemization, a control ward, and everything, and you're going this side anyway, don't do the red because you want to prolong the duration. Now, is it a big deal because we have Hex Agates? No, it's not. But in this particular case, right, we wanted the maximum amount of gold. We needed that gold. So ideally, the few seconds don't matter, but I think in a game of inches, again, it does make a difference. You always need to look at those small things. But we have true form, and we're just going to Q and slice and dice around. Very, very nice. There we go. What people don't also realize on the true form passive here, or like the level 6 passive, is the top thing, right? Every second attack on the same target does true damage. And it stacks indefinitely, or infinitely, if you will. So, single target damage is always the name of the game. So if you can make these picks with your flash and your Q and your Ws later on, big. Very, very big, because you want to keep chaining it together. Obviously, she's great in team fights and AoE moments also, but just to kind of pay attention to what the kit actually does sometimes. Karthus kills Soraka, which is great. We get the W stun in the Echo. Can we force him to ult? No, we force him to flash. We're going to avoid his Q so we don't get the slow. We're going to E-suck for some potential, but that's all we do, so we suck potential. Gangplank ults, keep it going to the top lane, and now basically we say, well, okay, we'll go kill him. Like, leave them alone here, go kill. We have some pressure ourselves. Let's go. X-Sec ultimatum. Trap the OP champion in a challenge room. Hello. I love that. Kill someone, make a pick somewhere, push them up. They overcommit here. You just swoop on through, you kill them. And now, of course, in your elos, you probably have to be the one shoving this big time. Shove, 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 shove. Because once you do that, you force your rotations, you can disengage, take everything, reset. Fall back to Baron if you ace them. So many options. But when you have players that are competent, you can kind of go and do something else. RNG Scout on the top side, Raptors here, might as well take the Raptors. Scan to make sure we're not seen. Money in pocket, 764. Very good. Yeah, this champion's broken. Like, broken. Like, Demex always comes, he's always mad at me. The Discord is like, why is BEL'VETH not S tier rank 1 best junglers? Like, because she might be easy to use, but most people don't understand that. They don't understand the jungling. Like, she's easy to use, and when you're good at the champion, it feels like a bit of a cheat code, but like, they don't do this when you have the lead. So if you have the lead and you're bringing your late game to the mid game, and you don't do this, like this, you're an assassin. This build will always be the best. A Conqueror, Kraken, Slayer, Blade of the Rune King, Wits End, DD, GA build will always be the best. It just gives everything the kid possibly needs to 1v9 every game. Stop overthinking it, right? We've covered Frostfire a lot, but that's a different time, my friends, a different time. And obviously the blue pet is becoming even more popular because Mustang was nerfed quite a bit. It's still great, right? You don't really need the survivability though. And look at the movement speed here from the Gustwalker hatching. It's really good. The Nautilus hooks of destiny allow us to basically reposition, snack onto the Soraka. We don't need E at all, and now we can keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Attack, 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 attack. Reposition. We fully stacked on the Conqueror. Hit the W, slice and dice. Remove ourselves out of terror radius. Use our E for damage reduction. Get the lifesteal 20%. Kill the Ezreal. Spawn some more fishies. Have Faker drop on our face and snack this baby up. Nicely done. This is the 1v9 frontline champion. Like, if you're playing this champion well, you can climb to Master Tier so easily. Very, very easily. She's super good for this. But you have to play aggressively and understand the late invades. Understand the level 1 through 3 plays. Understand that when you're counter jungled from playing aggressively, it's not the end of the world. And she did a perfect job, right? Echo stole these, but it doesn't matter. Make a play here, set ourselves up for a Herald fight. Get level 6 first, and then cut in and collapse. It's really good to do because the mind games from the Echo are like, oh, she's on this. So he goes to it. She gets 6 moves on over. Now she has level 6 advantage. But also, she knows if she spends some time getting 6 and then moving on over, that the Echo and they're wasting time using resources on the objective, and then you can just clean them up. Always the way. Where are we? Down here using Fish and Heralds. Fish and Baron buffs. There we go. The sickness is still in my mind. I apologize. Not as clear as it once was. Yone goes over the wall. Soraka's over here. This is fine. We'll just live in our jungle. Cool, cool, cool beans. Now, we do have the ability here to finish our GA. We had Stopwatch. I like the Stopwatch randomness stopper. In this kind of game, you have such a big lead, there's no point whatsoever in kind of prolonging it at all. So get the stopwatch. If something random happens, you have enough damage, you have enough resistances, you just kill them. Our team does some work here. After you've used it in a rough scenario or an aggressive scenario, now you can just buy the GA. There's no ways they're killing you, stopwatching, killing you again, you get GA, they kill you, GA proc, and then they kill you again. If they do that, you're really, really mispositioning in this kind of game. So I always put that to you, but like, this is just a ruffle stuff now. But this is, you know, you always say like, what do I do if it's 45 minutes and I'm about, like, this should be the game for you. You know, if you search this channel, how to play from behind, how to come back. If you go to the main channel, how to play from behind, how to come back, I give you the steps. Those steps don't change at all. Those steps are the same. But this is the difficult thing. Aggressive early game snowball into control, into win. This is the hard thing. This is why challenging games are much faster than everybody else's. Grandmaster games are faster than everyone beneath them. Everyone's games on average get faster and faster the higher up the ladder you go because they understand this more. This is the skill set. So if you can learn the BEL'VETH damage output such that when you're fed you can do what she did to the Ezreal and the Soraka for assassination potential, if you can understand the macro of split pushing and hitting turrets and just letting your team die when you don't need to fight it. Like if they're fighting a bad fight, they're all gonna die, but you can hit an inhib, do that. You know, don't die with them for no reason in a bad fight. That's always what we're looking for. So champion's still good. Champion's still strong. Demex can stop bugging me to make another one. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will see you all in the next tutorial.